Hi, it's Melissa writing as Cassia Moonglin, and we are at the end of the week, and it is time to do an update. So, I have been doing this author business thing for a few months now. I launched my first book, A Home with the Pack, in June of 2025. And so, the first 3 months, I really focused on creating the best first books I could. I didn't really do anything promotional. I didn't try and reach out to bloggers or get onto podcasts or do anything like that because well, first I had to get the stories out. The stories came to me and they were written because the stories came to me and because I couldn't not write them. Uh, and then I was creating structures. And so I got my systems in place and I got like a really good rhythm going. And so in the first 3 months, I was able to publish two main Moonglen Shifters books. And then the third was a Moonglen prequel novella. And then in the fourth month, so at the end of August, very early September, will be book 3 in the Moonglen Shifters series. But I did a summary of the first 3 months in the first videos, and now this one is just kind of reporting back on this week. This week was really interesting. So I have two 3-hour blocks on a Monday and a Friday, and that's when I do business or authorly things. So I have those times unless something goes wrong with childcare. And so today something went wrong with childcare. So I shared actually in my Instagram stories that this is what Mama was doing because I am in the thick of writing at the moment. So I had 20 minutes in my chair at 6:45 this morning, and then I had another 20 minutes sitting beside a playground at 9 o'clock this morning, and then I had 1 hour at the computer a bit later after that. But at the moment, I kind of hijacked myself. So I wrote what was supposed to be a short story. I wanted to write a novella that was for KU, Kindle Unlimited, and testing a slightly spicier tone and an idea that has come to me, like it came to me a while ago, and I put it off because I said this doesn't quite fit with the Moonglen Shifters tone. And it's still called to me. So I finished Ours to Choose. Not finished, I've got a final edit yet, but I finished kind of the first full draft of Ours to Choose, and it came out at 15,000 words, and I was really happy, but I thought, what next? And so then I kept writing what I was presuming was a sequel. But then I thought, actually, I'm not finished with them. So I went to AI as I do to strategize things and talk things through and say, is this a thing you can do? So I said, is it a thing to have a story and you start with the kind of the mate bond clicking into place and then a little time jump and then another part of their story and then another time jump and another part of their story. So it's like a story in 3 parts. And basically I decided, yeah, I could, because I'm making the rules, because I'm an independent author. Whether people love it in the end as much as me is another thing. But I've decided that I'm going to release them in 3 parts in Kindle Unlimited. And then what I'll do is I'll edit it together and next year put it out as a book. Like all together, and then add some additional content, and I think probably soften the tone a little bit, because what I found is that my ebooks and Kindle Unlimited is a little bit of a different tone than what people who are buying paperbacks. It's just a different audience, and so I'm just trying to see how it works, trying to figure out both, because I have both preferences as a reader and both obviously as a writer, so I'm just seeing if that fits in. But once I'm in an idea, once I'm in the middle of writing a story, it's very hard for me to let it go. So I'm writing all the time. So from the comfort of my chair early in the morning, I get up a little bit before the kids. With chronic fatigue syndrome, it is very difficult for me to get up, so I can't get up that early. I sit there with my heat pad, my coffee, and reclined in my chair, and I have about 20 minutes to write in the morning. And then if it's the Monday or the Friday, then I can do some writing, but I also have to keep everything else going. So I have to be editing what I'm supposed to be editing and doing whatever else I'm supposed to be doing. I have a very structured list, so I can keep on top of things. But if it's the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then I'm working in my paid job and I can't do anything about it. I'm alone with the kids every morning, get them ready, get them off to school and kindy, and then in the afternoon, most of the days I'm alone with them. My husband comes home early on the days that they have sports practice after, but otherwise the rest of the time I'm pretty much alone and getting dinner ready, so that's not much time. But when I'm in my writing, I am constantly thinking through scenes, thinking of the book, and so then I sit down. So generally, like last night, I sat down after I put the kids to bed. I was exhausted, but my feet were up, and I was writing again. I was putting down more words. I get in a zone, and that's it. I'm writing. And so when I come out of it, then I'll ease off a little bit. So I seem to go through waves like that. I wasn't meant to be doing this. This wasn't part of the plan. I was supposed to be relaxing. Now that I'm focusing on getting the third full book coming out at the end of the month, I was meant to be moving on kind of promotional ideas, smart things to build an actual audience so that I'm not only relying on Amazon to tell people about my books, but there you are. I'm doing this because I'm absolutely passionate about it, so you have to follow the whims a little bit. I did do smart things. I did do, like today I had some time on the computer, and instead of writing, which I really wanted to do, I did do the tasks that were on my to-do list to get things done, so that's fine. Obviously I'm filming a YouTube video right now, so I'm not completely senseless about these things. But I am really into the story, and it's really funny because it is an interesting one, and I think I need to do a separate video. Let me know if you are curious in the comments below. Are you curious about not highly erotic portrayals of a trio in a relationship? So I had this idea of a dual mate bond, but I didn't want it to be veering into erotic territory. I wanted to explore the relationship, the emotions, everything you expect from fated mates, only with that twist. So let me know if you're curious and want to have a discussion about it in the comments below, and I will do that. But yeah, so I got taken over by this idea, and so next week I've got to go back and do the final edit for Ours to Choose, which is part 1, because that will come out in November. And my aim is to put it into the membership so that readers can have access to it for a couple of months before it goes public. That's like the benefit of being in the Moon Glen Den membership. So if you want to join that, I can put a link below. It's $2.99 a month, like not even a cup of coffee, and you get access to this and some other freebies. But I'm playing with models, I'm playing with ways of like doing things. Let me know what you think about it. But anyway, so that's what I've been doing this week. That's what I got done. I feel like I got heaps done, so I'm pretty impressed with that. And now I'm going to go back into my little writing bubble, and I'll catch you up next week.